What's going on, everyone? We are going to cover the Nasdaq 100 now. Again, this video is going to be extremely short because we only really have one level to go over. The market has really been funny, and I kind of mentioned that on yesterday's video. And the reason why it's becoming a little bit more funny is because of the fact that when we're getting these aggressive gap downs, the last thing you really want to be doing is shorting off the open into those aggressive gap downs because we are getting these reversals. Now, there's a couple of levels that I really want you guys to focus on going into tomorrow for the NASDAQ futures. If you look at the double bottom here, we are holding the 200-day moving average. So this 200 MA is a level that we really need to keep eyes on, because if there is that next bigger leg down, that second leg down, we're going to need to close below that. That price is going to be 24,218. Now, here's the tricky part. Today, essentially, what we had was just a staircase to the upside all day. Okay. And not only did we kind of rise to the upside, we are pretty close to reclaiming this 50-day moving average, considering everything going on overseas and everything going on with, Israel and Iran and obviously the United States, which is kind of weird. Now, we did have Avago earnings, not the best, right? Again, markets a little bit on the fritz. If we kind of look at where we're at right now, 7:35 Pacific Standard Time, we are down on the Nasdaq futures 82 points. So just about 0.33%. But again, typically in a bull market, in a market that's going to the upside, you want to see those pullbacks overnight. You want to trap those early shorts off the open, off the New York Open, and then you want to go long typically, after the first 30 minutes or after we're able to reclaim those pre-market highs. In this case would be the Asian London session highs. Now, given the fact that we're extremely close to this 50-day moving average, if buyers and the bulls can get us over 25,429, this market's going to explode. Okay. The last time we closed above the 50-day moving average was just a short period ago on February the 25th. That was quickly met with a rejection. 1, 2, 3, 4 days before we got this bounce. The last time we lost the 50-day moving average was back on February the 3rd, 1, 2, 3 days before we had a little bit of a dead cat bounce. So if we turn that around and we look at the flip side, if we're able to close over the 50-day moving average, we could be looking at a 2, 3, 4 day run. And if you kind of notice, any closure above the February 25th highs over that 50-day moving average has a lot of room. Notice how all of these moving averages, all of these supply zones are currently where we are sitting at now. So the point I'm making is that if we are able to get over and close above this 50-day moving average over those February 25th highs, we have not a lot of supply all the way up to 26,000. 950s. So if you really think about it, could this be the start? Are some names starting to come off the bottom? And what you can really focus on, even if you're a futures trader, focus on some of these AI and software names. Some of these companies have been absolutely torn to pieces. If you look at something like a CRM, okay? Look at what CRM has been doing for months and months and months now. I mean, the sell-off on a lot of these software stocks has been, pretty brutal. But if you notice, CRM actually has a little bit of a bottoming out process at 175, and it's holding relatively well even when the previous few days the market's been selling off. Okay. Again, you can look at something like, a Snowflake absolutely has been hammered over the past 12 months. But if you kind of take a look at what's going on here, we've got a triple bottom. We can technically call this a double bottom, but you might have a little start of a inverse head and shoulders, right? So the question is that you want to start asking yourself, if these were some of the first names in the QQQ, in the Nasdaq 100. Again, if you guys are trading futures, you guys need to, be aware of what stocks are in the Nasdaq what stocks are driving the Nasdaq. Now, these aren't the only two stocks. Obviously, a big player here would be something like Nvidia, but Nvidia has this double bottom, also holding the 200-day moving average as well. You need to keep an eye on some of these names that have been absolutely slammed, because if they start to turn around, yes, when you have names like Nvidia or maybe things like AMD or things like Amazon, which Amazon actually looks good for tomorrow, but those names that are not necessarily rallying, or they're kind of making these new lows, you could get that turnaround in some of those software names. So big day for tomorrow if we are able to reclaim that 50-day moving average. Again, allow the trade to break, right? Let price break the 50-day moving average, let it pull back, and then let it take it out again, and that's when you're going to want to be a part of the trade. Do not, okay, do not chase price action when we are breaking through that 50-day moving average. So here's a clear rule of thumb. What you can do is take a look at the February 25th highs. Watch price break the February 25th highs. As soon as we break that price and put in a new number, whatever that new number is, allow the Nasdaq to pull back. Maybe look for a 30-minute, 60-minute dip into a rising support, and then buy it off of that support to see if you can take it through those highs again, or allow it to break, pull back, and then wait for it to take out that new high. Once it takes out that new high, then we want to be aggressive. Now, again, if we get completely rejected there and you see a big blow off top followed by a big inverse hammer candle wick, more than likely we're going to be coming down here and testing this 200-day moving average. Hope that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, Apex is 90% off right now. You guys can use discount code DAnthony to get those $19 and $29 evaluations. Also, links to the Discord are down in the description box as well. Again, thumbs up on your way out, and I will catch you guys all in the next video.